Have you ever witnessed something so strange, so unexplainable, that it left a permanent mark on your soul? I have. It happened when I was 12. We just moved into a quiet suburb, the kind with white fences, trimmed lawns, and smiling neighbors. My parents said it was a fresh start, but what I found in that new town still haunts me to this day. The house across the street had been vacant for years, overgrown vines curling up its porch like skeletal fingers. The neighbors said it used to belong to an old couple who died years ago. No one dared go near it. Until one summer morning, I saw a girl sitting on the swing in the front yard. She looked around my age, pale skin, long dark hair that hung over her face, and a white dress that seemed out of place in the summer heat. I stared for a while, confused. Nobody mentioned anyone moving in. The next day, I watched from my bedroom window. She was there again, swaying gently, staring straight ahead, never looking up, never smiling. Curiosity got the better of me. I walked over, heart pounding in my chest, and waved. "Hi," I said. She didn't respond. "Do you live here?" I asked. Still no reply. But something about her made my skin crawl. Her eyes, they didn't blink. They didn't even move. It was like she was watching something far beyond me. I left in a hurry. That night, I had the worst nightmares. I dreamed of that same girl, standing at the foot of my bed, whispering words I couldn't understand. For the next few weeks, I saw her every day, always on that swing, always at the same time. I stopped trying to talk to her. I just watched. Then one afternoon, I saw her. Not even in the yard. She was in the middle of the street, just staring at my house. I blinked, and she was gone. I ran to my parents, told them everything, but they brushed it off. "You have an overactive imagination," my mom said. "You've been watching too many scary movies." But I knew what I saw. The following night, I woke to a creaking sound. My bedroom door was slowly opening. I froze. A shadow stepped in. Then another. I couldn't move. My eyes adjusted to the darkness, and I saw her, the girl from the swing, standing right by my bed. She reached out her hand and whispered, "Help me." Before I could scream, everything went black. When I woke up, it was morning. My parents said they found me asleep on the floor. I tried to explain, but they just exchanged worried glances. We moved again not long after. My parents said it was because of my episodes, but I knew the truth. The girl never left that house. And sometimes, when I dream, I still hear her whispering those words. "Help me." But now, I understand. She wasn't asking for help. She was warning me. And the worst part? I think I brought her with me. You ever wonder what secrets your house is hiding? I do. Every day. Because the house I grew up in had a secret one that nearly destroyed me. It all started when I was 15. My dad got a job transfer and we moved into a 2-story house on the edge of a quiet, forested town. The house had charm, sure, but from the moment we stepped inside, something felt off. I felt watched. The basement was what bothered me the most. It was cold down there, even in the summer. The light switch never worked right. Sometimes it would flicker. Sometimes it wouldn't turn on at all. And there was this smell like wet dirt and old metal. My parents used it for storage, but I avoided it whenever I could. I told myself I was just being paranoid, until the noises started. At first, they were small. A shuffle, a distant tap, almost like footsteps, but not quite. My dad said it was just the pipes, but it wasn't. One night, I woke up to a sound. Not from the basement this time. It was in my room. I sat up, heart hammering, and saw nothing. Just darkness and the faint hum of the fan. I turned on my lamp. Still nothing. But I could feel that something had been there. The next day, I asked my mom if she'd gone into the basement lately. She said no, and added that the door had been stuck for weeks. Stuck? That night, I stood at the top of the basement stairs, staring into the pitch-black void below. I don't know why I did it. Maybe I wanted to prove to myself there was nothing there. But as I turned to leave, I heard it again. Footsteps. But this time, they were coming up the stairs. I froze. The air was heavy. I could hear my own breath. Slowly, the basement door creaked, open just an inch. I slammed it shut and locked it, my hands shaking so badly I could barely turn the key. I told my parents, but they brushed it off. Old houses make sounds, my dad said. I wanted to believe him. But the next night, something happened that I'll never forget. I woke up to the sound of breathing heavy, ragged, and close. I turned on my lamp and screamed. There, crouched at the end of my bed, was a figure. The man. His skin was ashen, his eyes black pits, and his mouth hung open like he was gasping for air. Then he whispered, "You let me out." I ran to my parents' room sobbing. They didn't believe me, said I must have been sleepwalking. But from that night on, I wasn't the same. I'd see the man's shadow in the corners of my room, hear him muttering from behind the basement door. Whispers about pain, about being trapped. I started locking my door at night, but it didn't help. One day, I decided to face it. I waited until I was alone, grabbed a flashlight, and went down into the basement. I made it halfway down before my light flickered and died. Then I heard it just inches behind me. The voice. "I'm not in the basement anymore." I ran. I never went back down. Years later, after we moved, I did some digging. Turns out the house once belonged to a man who went missing, presumed dead. Some said he was buried beneath the basement floor. Others said he'd sealed himself inside after going insane. Me? I know the truth. He wasn't buried. He was waiting. And I was the one who set him free.